Happy 2017. Thank you for joining me for one more year with Astrological Insights. Thank you for being with me. In 2016, it was a tough year for many of us. It was like, you know, those things on Facebook where you see a person tumbling down a hill for a minute and a half and saying, this is how my 2016 has been so far. It's been quite a year with quite a lot of difficult configurations, quite a lot of difficult planets battling it out in the sky, but we start 2017 with good news, guys, and hopefully the rest of the year will carry on with this positive beginning that we're starting. But we also are forewarned for 2017 because I've prepared for you this amazing 82 pages yearly calendar together with Marina, Western and ancient Babylonian astrologer, and we've sold quite a few of them. None of them has been refunded. People are raving about it. They say we didn't expect, you know, for $30 to receive so much. It's like your daily astrologer with all the important astrological events day by day. When planets are visible, what is it best to do, what to avoid. So you no longer need to listen to me and tune in on YouTube and you know, for me to bore you with my long YouTube videos. You can just get the calendar and follow it day by day, see what's happening. And also, quick announcement, on the 8th of January, when Mercury is turning direct, I'm making a Uranus webinar. It's on a Sunday. Come join me only for $29. It's gonna be 5-6 hours. You know, I give it all my heart when I do webinars, and it's going to be about Uranus in houses in the birth chart, Uranus in with planets in aspects, Uranus in synastry in relationships, what if you have a Uranus relationships, Uranus in transits as well, what it means, everything about Uranus, you know. So this is the planet that really shakes us up and changes our lives, and it indicates where you can also be free in your life and you have the most independence. So come join me up for the Uranus, all about Uranus webinar on the 8th of December, or get the yearly horoscope, yearly calendar for 2017. Scorpio 2017, and I promise you that I have good news for you for the beginning of the new year. There should be only good news. So we start the new year on a positive note, and I have 3 good news for you. Let's start with the first one. Mercury is turning direct from the 8th of January. And it means that if there was any complications that are happening in regards to your communications, in regards to some letters, in regards to some information, because Mercury is also in your 3rd house, which is very mercurial house, so like a double whammy. So if there was complications with any work to do with marketing, advertising, speaking, writing, communications, contract, relationships with siblings, with neighbors, with teammates, with co-workers, they start to clear up from the moment Mercury starts turning direct. You'd find some solution.Maybe there had to be the rules of engagement with such people in your daily environment, and friends also, and teammates and playmates and siblings might have been rewritten while Mercury was retrograde. Maybe some words were spoken and said, and some dissatisfaction was expressed, so things can be in the clear. And when Mercury turns direct, you see the results of those corrective actions that you took in regards to those relationships while Mercury was retrograde, and it starts resolving. And also if there were some complications with travel, with education, it starts resolving. Or another way it can manifest is that while Mercury was retrograde, in your 3rd house, you had to put extra efforts in regards to some projects that connected to writing, speaking, again, communicating, working with people in a group, media, advertising, marketing, scheduling, organizing of some sort, you know, learning some skill, extra efforts, because a retrograde planet requires 3 times extra efforts. But when it turns direct, it gives us 3 times more lasting and positive long-term results, because the efforts are proportionate to the efforts that are required from us in a given situation. If we put them, usually when a planet is retrograde, even if they're a bit of a pain in the ass, once the planet starts turning direct, over the whole of January, you'll be seeing the results of those extra efforts. So that's a good thing. And usually it had something to do probably with something structural or organizational, because Mercury is in Capricorn, which is a very structural, organizational sign. Structuring the thought, the thinking, the order around you. Okay, that's the first good news. And not only that, but once Mercury turns direct from the 8th of January till the end of January, absolutely all planets are also moving direct. What a unusual and rare event. I think this year there was like 3 or 4 days only when all the planets were moving direct, but now it will be Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all of them are moving forward, which means that in our life, no matter what area of life it is, we are encountering new experiences. We can go and take over new horizons. We can experience new events that are not familiar to us. And usually it's great time for starting new beginnings. I've said in other videos for the other signs, I'll repeat it. If you start something when all the planets are direct, usually your plans tend to work out, you know, whatever you start, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a business, whether it's some project, whether it's some relationships. Usually it kind of fulfills your expectations because it's straightforward. All planets move forward. But if you start something during lots of retrograde planets or a few retrograde planets, whatever you started will have to be reevaluated, readjusted, and it can still be very successful. But the final result will be different than what you expected in some way because of this inwards, you know, this backward moving energy of the planets. When they start moving forward after that, it's kind of, you start changing your attitude, or the plan starts changing. So if you want, now I would advise you, great time for new beginnings for everyone, you know, and not only for Scorpio, but just telling you this so you're aware, especially after the 8th of January. Then the second good news is that Venus becomes extremely strong this month, actually already from December, but it becomes even stronger in January because Venus enters its own sign of exaltation, which is Pisces, which means this is where a planet performs to the best of its ability, to the highest of its vibration, to the most idyllic and most exalted qualities. And Venus is the planet of love. Particularly for you, Scorpio, Venus rules relationships because it rules the 7th house, where Taurus is. Whether it's your ascendant, sun or moon in Scorpio, Venus rules your 7th house. And Venus also rules your 12th house, well, nothing special, but basically matters of relationships, matters of business partnerships, matters of negotiations, which is 7th house, matters of deals, exchange with others on one-to-one level, but especially particularly in relationships, and very likely in relationships with women, because Venus is feminine planet, start improving. But generally relationships can become very strongly manifested. Why is that? Because not only is Venus exalted, but Venus is also the brightest it has ever been in 8 years. This is according to Babylonian, Egyptian astrology. The brighter planet is visible in the sky, the more powerfully its physical manifestations on Earth, whatever it rules, are expressed. And actually interesting that the ancient texts say that when Venus becomes visible during the day, and I told you that for the first time in 8 years, Venus is also visible. It's a star in the sky when you look, but the sun is out there and you see Venus. So the ancient texts say, Trifon Nikolov told me that because he explores these things, they say that when this happens, women leave their husbands. Basically, women become more independent because Venus, the planet of femininity, becomes infused with the energy, masculine energy of the day, of the light. And Venus is a feminine planet, night planet. So when it becomes visible during the day, it empowers women. So this is more likely for women generally to take decisions where they want to be empowered, where they want to be independent. And for you in particular, it rules the 7th house of relationships. So whether you're a woman or a man, if you're a man, maybe you're a woman, if you're in a relationship, or some important or more powerful woman can come into your life, some woman that shines bright, you know, some woman that becomes independent. Or if you're in a relationship, a woman might become more independent, more rebellious in a sense, more sexually, how do I say, adventurous, or more sexually coming on stronger, you know, because Venus is expressed very strongly. A woman who is not afraid, masculine quality, to express her feminine qualities, sensuality, sexuality, going after what she wants. And if you're a woman yourself, your attitude towards relationship will become like that. And as they say, when Venus is super bright, whatever house it rules in your horoscope, can get manifested. And we said it's also very exalted in Pisces, so you can get positive, powerful results in regards to relationship. But Venus is also falls in your 5th house, which is connected to romance. So we have a double whammy influence here. Venus rules the 7th house of committed relationships, and Venus is in the 5th house of romance. So what can manifest? A romantic relationship, or some business contract, or some agreement, or 5th house, some creative project can manifest in a material way that you are able to see it, or to complete it, or to really work inspiredly towards. Or if you're trying to conceive a child, 5th house is anything that we create. Again, it might be a more potent time for it. Venus is moving direct as well, so Scorpios, go for it if you want. Your love life, your fun life, amusement, entertainment, even if it's not like love life, 5th house can rule the things we're passionate about and the things we love a lot. So they can manifest in a powerful, bright way, because Venus becomes the brightest planet and the strongest planet in January, and in 8 years it's ever been. So yeah, you know, I hope this is good news for you. That's the second good news we have. And the third good news is that Jupiter and Saturn are, and these are the 2 planets of fate. These are the 2 planets that determine, again, our social status and security that comes to us, and our positions in society, basically. They're both planets that determine that, especially more our outer world, our outer material, our outer position in society. And they will be in a harmonious aspect, which happens rarely again. I don't remember the last time this happened, but it was a few years ago. And the whole January, they're very close to a sextile within 1 degree, which is a harmonious aspect, which indicates opportunities that you are not aware of that come to you, some hidden support that comes to you. And they affect your 12th house and your 2nd house. What does it mean? We have to combine because Saturn is in your 2nd house, Scorpio, and Jupiter is in your 12th house. So we have to combine the meaning of both to see how it can manifest. We'll probably not cover all the possible manifestations, but at least 4 or 5 of them that come to my mind of combining the meaning of these 2 of those houses. Okay, so 2nd house is our material security and stability, and finances and money and assets and possessions. And 12th house is something hidden. So maybe we can receive hidden support or undeclared finances of some sort in regards to stabilize our financial situation. Maybe opportunity comes for some kind of, not illegal, I would say, but more like behind the scene activity which can stabilize your finances. So maybe someone that you did not expect, someone that is in your blind spot, the 12th house, which is kind of behind you. The 12th house is what you don't see, what you did not expect, like a hidden moral support. 12th house rules our guardian angel, so people that bring back good or bad karma for us. But because you have a good aspect between those 2 planets, in the 12th and in the 2nd, it means that's a good karma. And Jupiter is in your 12th house, so it's definitely a good angel behind you, whether in physical form or invisible form, or past relative in the other realm. That can help, and that can bring some opportunity to you. Basically, 12th house rules fate. 12th house rules, you know, things that are out of our control, that the angels create for us, that our karma and past actions have created for us, things that have been put in actions from before, or things that basically divine grace in some way as well. So this can help you somehow stabilize or solve some problem in a financial situation, because this angel Jupiter in the 12th house, whether real or whether just fortuitous circumstances that were not expected, that come from good karma, makes this sextile positive aspect to Saturn in your 2nd house. And as we know, Saturn is a bit of a difficult planet, so but now it receives very helpful aspect from Jupiter. So it means that if there were some difficulties in financial or material situation, now you can receive hidden support, maybe some extra opportunity or some asset to gain something, to receive more material financial stability, or something that gives you security overall to stabilize your situation. Or another way that it can manifest is, for example, some money you have abroad. 12th house rules faraway countries, that money can come to you from abroad, or you can make investments that are beneficial and long-lastingly give results in something that is to do with foreign countries, 12th house, or something to do with 12th house is also places of recreation, places of spirituality as well, activities of spirituality, or maybe even spending something in regards to holiday. Second house, money and assets, 12th house, holiday, going away from reality can bring you some benefits, can bring you some stabilizing influences or some opportunities that you did not expect. Another way it can play out is second house is our energy levels and stabilizing this energy level. So 12th house is spiritual activities, any kind of work that is connected to downloading energy from above, from the universe. So maybe some spiritual activities can help you improve your energy levels, your source of energy. So that's another manifestation. Of course, there are loads of others that I can't think of right now, but just try and, you know, if you're trying to figure out in that area, 12th house, invisible, hidden support, 12th house is places far away, and finances, second house, money, resources. Or invisible world, 12th house, and visible, tangible, material, money, assets, second house, somehow these merge in a positive way. Or something hidden, something that it's not declared, or it's not like, you know, extra income of some sort can come, or support from behind the scenes, or even if it's not financial, some support that comes to you from behind, which can help you stabilize and gain more sense of security psychologically, or more sense of self-worth. For example, second house rules not only material things. The deep meaning of the second house is how much you value yourself, because how much do we receive is how much we believe we receive, how much we believe we are worth, and that's our self-worth and self-esteem, which is connected to the second house. On a deep psychological level, there might be some healing that comes to you from the subconscious by, for example, releasing some 12th house matters, like some invisible barriers that you had, some invisible, some subconsciously held beliefs from past lifetimes and from early childhood that you've buried behind in your subconscious, which are not conscious, you're not aware of, but which are blocking you for your self-worth and for your financial stability. You can have some ability to heal it now. Jupiter from the 12th house of the subconscious releases such kind of fears, because Jupiter is planet of freedom, and Saturn in the second house, and affects for a good way your Saturn in the second house, which is financial, which is self-worth, which can reflect also financially on your stability. Okay, so that's what I see, guys. And by the way, Mars is your planet. It continues to be in Pisces, in your 5th house, where also this really powerful and bright Venus is that we talked about. So Mars even enhances further this 5th house for you in 2017 January, which means it's time to enjoy yourself. It's time to put effort, energy into creative endeavors, into fun, into matters of children, taking, you know, regards to your children, matters in regards to your loved ones, dating, amusements, entertainment, or if you have a business. Because Mars rules you, don't forget Scorpio, you know what, it's one of the planets that rules you together with Pluto according to modern astrology. And wherever Mars is, this is how you feel, and you'll feel more romantic because Mars is in Pisces. You'd feel more dreamy, more forgiving, more gentle, you know, which is something that Scorpio can benefit from, because the Piscean energy that comes to you through your ruler, it has a releasing and more imaginative influence, and it's in the creative 5th house, so you can put efforts towards in this more gentle mood, towards more creative activities, or towards more romantic and enjoyable activities as well. It's supportive, actually, quite supportive. And it takes the edge off Scorpio a little bit, because Scorpio is like, you know, ruled by Mars, but when Mars is in the gentle Pisces sign, it kind of mellows your heart in a sense. And don't forget that Venus is extremely strong and bright there, so the feminine, the more gentle part of us takes over. So I would say that it can be very passionate and enjoyable, for romantic relationship, for creative endeavors, for business, if you have your own business, which is the 5th house, because you run it with your creative intelligence. So that's my news for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much. If you'd like to learn more astrology with me, I'm doing a discount on my courses till the 1st of January. I think there are 2 weeks left. I'm slashing some of my courses and webinars 50%, and it's a one-off. I'm not going to do it after that. I'm raising the prices back to normal again, maybe till, you know, till next Christmas for a little bit, just 10 or 15 days of that. So if you want to, you know, get some classes, they're $20 only for 6-7 hours of webinars, of really raw astrology knowledge, first-hand astrology knowledge. So thank you so much, and Happy New Year again, Scorpio.